turned on to me anymore. She said I wasn't warm and cuddly enough. And then she left me for a comic book writer.
Donut up. Now control drop into your face.
I used to go about my day spending tens, even hundreds of calories doing just regular daily activities like lying down, brushing my teeth, reading a book. Now with the Slob 90X program, I can do these things in a lazy, almost catatonic way.
SLOB stands for slow, lazy, ordinary body. In just 90 days, I can help you become a computer nerd, a party animal, or just a plain old lovable slob. But there's too much crap to explain here now, and I gotta take a nap. So get yours today, and we'll send you the entire Slob 90X 12 DVD set, plus 4 bonus DVDs. Don't be miserable and muscle-bound. Be a slob now. I did it, and so can you.
Couch body.
All right, welcome to Lunch Therapy, Interview Friday. Lunch Therapy, for those of you that may have never seen the show, you've been living under a rock. Lunch Therapy is a show that happens on Tuesdays and Fridays at noon. Tuesdays is a game show. You can win money. We had somebody win $70 a couple weeks ago. We do a lot of trivia, a lot of comedy. We have comedians on. We have roving reporters from all over the world. And then on Friday, we do an interview with a super interesting person that you will find very scintillating. And today is no exception. We have the amazing Amy Lyndon, the author of the Lyndon Technique. She is a celebrity acting booking coach. So those actors out there, anybody that wants to get into acting, this is how you get jobs. She has outlined a method for you to get jobs, but she's also somebody that has an incredible acting career, and we'll get into that as we go. She's also a filmmaker and a director and just a great person. So we're glad to have her back. It's been a couple of years since we had her on the show. A lot of things have happened. Let's see who's Just Jay Comedian, my co-host on Tuesdays. She says, that one guy's in a lot of commercials. Yes, that's Albert Minero, who's in the Slob 90X commercial. He's a fantastic guy. He's been on the show as well. Yeah, he really got popular after Slob 90X, yeah, because of the amazing results that Slob 90X brings. Albert Minero has an incredible career. So, and that's what happens with Amy Lyndon, too. You meet her and you blow up. Because you get the key to getting the jobs. Yay, Amy Lyndon. Yes, Kamala says, I met Amy Lyndon on this show. She has been helping me ever since. Yeah, a lot of things have happened since then. So that's really cool. Let's get on with the show. In the beginning, we breathe. But first, I want to tell you about something. Lunch Therapy is having its live show, the second one that we've had, Laugh Therapy on January 17th at the Stray Theater in Hollywood. So if you're in Hollywood, come check it out. It's only $15. You go to laughtherapy.live. And we've got some of the best hand-picked comedians. We've got Boney, who's my co-host or my assistant on the show. He's going to be hosting. The structuralist, Catherine Yoon, who's an amazing comedian. She's Korean and she's from Canada. And she is also an architect. And her comedy is really just outrageous. And then we've got Mort Burke, the skater. He's been on the show too. A lot of these people have been guests on the show. And they're some of my favorite people. Mort Burke is like a Mark Twain type hilarious comedian, very deep thoughts, and he's also a skateboarder. The sports girly, Ricky Hollywood. Ricky Hollywood is Erica Tamposi, who also is a commentator for the Rams. Check that out. Broken Juggler, if you've never seen him, check him out on Instagram. He'll be doing his live antics. He actually takes a cheeseburger in the wrapper, puts it on an umbrella, spins it around, and the wrapper goes flying off and the pickles go flying off. And if you show up, you might get an extra pickle. We give you the pickle. And of course, the comedy messenger, Judy Carter. I'm saying of course, as if of course she's going to be in the show. She wrote the book on comedy. It's called The Comedy Bible, the New Comedy Bible. She's been training comedians for decades, and she is also an amazing comedian that started out as a magician, and she's been doing comedy, and she also does corporate events, so check that out. Joel, don't give anyone else your pickle. Oh my gosh, not that kind of pickle. Okay, and I want to say thank you to the Patreons that support the show. This show could not happen without Patreons. A lot of them are people that have been involved in the show over many years. Big supporters. You go to patreon.com/Joel Marshall to support the show, because independent media, that's how we support it these days, through Patreons. And, you get a bonus. You get a little bit of the humpback whale, too. That's how we can afford to show you humpback whales. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, what about Joel Marshall? Joel Marshall is also in the show. Yeah, we didn't show his card. I figure you're looking at him already, so he's in the show. Howard, who's the artist behind the tarot cards? So clever and cool. Well, that would be Kamala Lopez with the assistance of my assistant, Boney. Yep, that's who does the tarot cards. From our first show, if you go to lunch-therapy.com, you can get a shirt with that tarot card on it. Howard has one. Thank you, Howard. Yeah, they're beautiful. It's amazing, the work that she's doing. Okay, let's breathe, and then we're going to get Amy on the show. Okay. So every show that we've done, this is show number 714, we have breathed, taken in 3 deep breaths. Today we're going to do that with the help of Tibetan vibrations. Behind me, they're an outfit from Seattle. He just hit me in the head with a big mallet. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Ow. Let it go. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. One more time, in through the nose, out through the toes. Let it go. Today we're going out to LinkedIn, we're going out to Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So hi to people on TikTok. We're going to be talking to Amy Lyndon, who is the premier booking coach for actors in Hollywood, but also outside of Hollywood. If you're starting your acting career and you're someplace else in the world or the country, She can help you do those self-tapes in a way that is, it's like a magic trick. We'll talk about that. All right, let's get into the introduction here. We'll bring Amy on. Okay. Now, here we are. We're getting to the interview of the show. This is Interview Friday, after all. And my guest is Amy Lyndon. Amy Lyndon, I met originally when the first time she was on this show, which was almost 3 years ago. She is widely regarded as one of Hollywood's leading celebrity master acting booking coaches. She's the creator of the Lyndon Technique, which I have the book right here. Always have this book handy because it's one of those books that you got to hang on to when you get auditions. You got to be right there going through the 15 steps. She has turned out 56 plus series regulars, a Critics' Choice Award winner, an Emmy Award winner, and thousands of actors working around the globe. For 4 years straight, she's been Backstage.com's top audition technique teachers. Her philosophy is talent alone is not enough. With her tools and strategies, she teaches the actors how to market themselves, master the art of booking acting jobs, and navigate the complexities of the industry. Not only that, but she's had this amazing career as an actor, as a director, as a writer, spans decades. So she's done all the training, like for those actors that are like, I don't need audition and coaching because I'm all trained. I got a master's degree. I got this and that. She also has those things. She studied at the Neighborhood Playhouse. She studied Shakespeare at the London Academy of Performing Arts. She has a BFA from Syracuse University. She studied with Stella Adler. I mean, it's amazing. And also, she studied at the Comedy Store, the Groundlings. So she has been through all those things that you've been through. And then also, she has 174 IMDb credits, including things like NYPD Blue, Entourage, Ugly Betty, Law and Order Los Angeles. So she's walking the walk. She's not just talking the talk, she's walking the walk. And I recently saw her in the film Lady Parts, which she was exquisite, which is written and produced by Bonnie Gross. If you haven't seen that, it's an independent film. It's really worth checking out. And she's great in it. And she's giving back also with the You Are Enough podcast with Ophelia Haybolt. It's a podcast where she and an agent, Ophelia, talk about what it is to be an actor and how to book jobs. And that's all free out there on wherever you get your podcasts. So there you go. There's a lot more to her, but that's a lifetime of experience. We can't get into all of that, but let's get into this thing called Interview Friday with Amy Lyndon.
Well, the person that's going to get the job is the person that's going to tell the best story. So what the technique does is it makes you ask 15 questions of your story so you tell the most specific story possible.
I got a 10-page wall-to-wall dialogue audition about 3 hours ago, due tomorrow at 10 a.m. It's already filmed, sent, had fun with it. No regrets. There were monologues all over the place. Before Amy, I would have panicked. Probably not even sent it, talked myself out of it, but now I'm a free bird, dude.
This technique is the only one that talks about genre and tone and style. I think so much has to do with the way that they're breaking down their script and the way that they're telling the best story. When you get the what am I doing, which is the map to the Lyndon Technique map to booking, when you get that guideline down, that truly is the foundation.
You and the Lyndon Technique creates just amazing actors. It's just hands down there's nothing like it in the world.
I've definitely tried a lot of acting classes here in LA, and every time I've come back to Amy.
The Lyndon Technique has impacted my life wholeheartedly because it gave me confirmation and assurance that I chose the right profession for myself.
Yeah, Amy Lyndon, here she is. In the flesh. Welcome back to Lunch Therapy.
Looking like I don't own any other shirt.
I know, I saw that too. I'm like,
oh my God, I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore, that like same hair, same shirt, same look.
I think I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore when I interviewed you the first time too. So there you go. We only have one shirt. That's because
we only have one shirt. Yeah, I have to tell you, I really like your meditation. I got into the zone there.
Oh, good. Yeah. You know, it's for us as well.
Yeah, meditation is so important, you know. I loved your opening, and I'm part of that Slob P90.
Oh, are you?
I've been a member. I have all the DVDs.
It's an amazing program, isn't it? I mean, it is really great.
It's incredible, you know. It just takes the pressure off of being perfect.
I know. And also you realize being perfect is a turnoff. People are like, I don't want to be around that person.
It's so anal.
Yes. It's the worst, having abs. Can't stand that.
I can't.
I get rid of them as soon as I can.
You know, they don't eat anything. It's annoying going out with people.
They don't eat. When you lay down on them, they're all bony like a rock.
I know. It's like
it's terrible.
Ow.
Ow. Well, this is so great. So much time has passed by. I noticed in our previous interview, we talked a lot about being in the room with the casting director, which is something that almost never happens these days.
And, so much has changed. There are still a couple of commercial offices that have people who don't know. Just a couple.
And there's some commercial auditions, I guess, that you go on.
Yeah, commercial auditions.
So it's certainly good to know. Yeah.
My mattress firm commercial, I booked that in the room.
You did.
But there is like none.
Yeah. And the majority of the time we're sending out these self-tapes and getting no feedback and wondering what happened and wondering how we can stand out. I think a lot of times the actor's tendency is to go, oh, I better do something that really stands out, something just completely away from the crowd. So I better make some wild choices, and that way I'll get noticed. Is that what you should do?
Well, I mean, if you want to be a clown in the circus, yeah. You know, I think that if you're auditioning for a series regular, then all gloves are off.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to television, it's such a corporate medium. It's just not about you. You're like number 10 or 15 on the call sheet. So it's seriously not it's not about you. It's about the series regulars, but actually it's about the network.
Mm.
And it's about the show itself. So, you know, there is an art to knowing how to fit in.
Is there a hierarchy of jobs that you get? Do you start out like, let's say if you were somebody who's just starting out in acting.
Well, to tell you the God's honest truth, one of my students only had theater, and then he booked a 3-episode recurring guest star. Wow. Like he went from theater to, you know, but you have to be that specific. I think if you buy into the notion that, oh, I got to start at the bottom, then that's going to take forever.
Oh yeah, definitely. I never
have to just like understand where you fit in the industry.
How does one know this when you know, a lot of us just feel like we're outside of the walls of the industry, so you're not privy to what's going on in there.
You name me 5 shows that you think you could be on. Go ahead, give me 5. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're gonna do this?
Yeah, well, you
Pluribus. Pluribus.
Oh, okay. What would you play in that show?
I would play one of the people that in the Borg. I would play
Okay. Okay, and what is that person wearing?
that person is wearing a black velvet shirt, and I don't know. I'm doing this is terrible.
Well, that's what I'm explaining to
I
you.
know. I love
Most
it. I
people
love
don't
it.
know this.
I
They
love
don't
how
know this.
uncomfortable that is.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable because people don't think that way. They think, oh, well, I'm just a great actor.
Hmm.
So, they'll notice that. But are you a great actor for that show? And can you fit in that show? And does your look during your self-tape
Hmm.
project what that show is?
Yeah.
Like, for instance, if you're going to audition for, let's say, the Lincoln Lawyer's got like a 70s tone to it.
Hmm. Hmm.
70s, 80s, 90s feel to it.
Yeah.
And so, what are the colors during that era? Are you looking at IMDb and seeing what the costume designers are putting on the talent?
Hmm.
Do you look like you belong in that show? And what are you in that show? And what's your socioeconomic standing? And actors don't even think like this.
Yeah. We don't. I know. And
Right.
I've
It's
been
not
asked
even a
that
thought.
question a lot of times, and I always have no idea, even though I watch a
Yeah.
lot of television. And
Well, we need to train you
yeah.
to say, okay, that guy's got my job. Okay, so I would say you could play a used car salesman in a dramedy as a guest star, and what would that look like? Well, you would slick your hair back and you would wear like I don't know, uh, a skinny tie with maybe a mustard color shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With a like a off green blazer, maybe it's plaid.
Hmm.
Like what can you do to understand what the costume designer might put you in? Okay, and
Hmm.
then there's the pace and the tone of whatever that is.
Yeah. Like that show Physical. Do you remember that show Physical?
Yeah.
That was a great show. I don't know if a lot of people saw it, but it had a certain tone to it, and it was in a certain early 80s um, time period. And sometimes, like, you're kind of more suited towards a specific time period or a specific genre, and you need to know these
Yeah,
things.
so what does that look like?
Yeah.
What does
Yeah.
that look like? And then there's the thought process of, well, I need to spend a lot of time on the series regular story. Because if I'm the missing piece to their puzzle for their storyline, well, it's not my show.
Hmm.
So what am I pushing along? So in episodic, it usually shows up in the third part of the scene. So the first part is kind of establishing the kind of character you are, and the middle is establishing kind of what your problem is, and the end, it's very clear that of why you're there. You're there to get the series regular to go and talk to somebody else.
Hmm. So you're saying that the more minor parts in television, this is in television,
Yeah, it's
or
television.
streaming television, the more
Yeah.
minor characters are there to just facilitate the plot and not draw too much attention to
Yeah.
themselves.
Well, I wouldn't even say draw too much attention to yourself because sometimes a co-star might be the comedy relief of the episode. So you don't want to underplay it if the character's kind of weird.
Yeah.
You want to just service whatever the story is asking you to do,
Yeah.
but figuring out what is that telling us. So let's say like in Grey's Anatomy, they would have a guy come in with a hatchet in his head, right? So
Hmm.
they would roll him in, he'd have like one line, oh my God, I have such a headache, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what he would say, and then they'd roll him out. So I mean, and the joke would be the look and how crazy the ER is that day.
Yeah.
So he's one of the many crazy things happening in the ER that day. So if we know that they're rolling him through scream, he's not going to say, "Oh my God, I have such a headache," right?
Yeah. Right.
Right? He's not going to do that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like as he's rolling, "Oh my God, I have such a headache,"
Yeah.
and then rolling off, right?
Uh-huh.
Because the camera's going to pan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you can really feel what it's like per frame and understanding which frame you are in the show and why you're there, then you'll understand exactly what the tone and the style and the volume and the feeling and everything there is to know. But most people aren't even thinking that way.
So, what's great about what your technique is you take it step by step and you go, first you look at the scene that's been given to you and you don't put yourself in it. You just read it for information and try and picture the scene, even if it's you picture it with another actor, because you're just trying to
Yeah, you
understand the
would
scene.
like look at it like you're reading a book, right?
Mhm.
And you would watch it being played in front of you. So uh let's just use the guy that was rolled in, okay?
Okay.
Well, he came in through an ambulance. He's being rolled. How fast is he being rolled? And so he's entering frame. So you wouldn't start in frame. You would start off frame and then roll yourself across, right?
Yeah.
And most people won't do that. They'll just they'll just, I'm acting now in a scene. No, I want you to experience what that would be like if you were going into an ER and they were rolling you through, and you would do just that. Now, not a lot of people would do that.
Yeah. Do you think that when a person really does what's asked for in the scene, they stand out because most people don't?
That is exactly what I'm saying.
Wow.
I'm saying that everybody's trying to be different and they're
Yeah.
trying to make these grand choices. And I'm saying to you, just do what's there. And there's a lot of times people don't even pay attention to the parenthetical. It says like mopey. Okay, let's say
Mm.
it says mopey. Well, how mopey are you gonna be? Are you gonna be mopey at 5, mopey at 6? It says mopey. Be mopey.
Actually listen to what they have to say and be that.
Exactly. They're
Yeah.
they're they're actually outlining it for you. And so as you're going through one read, you'll read for like what is everybody talking about? Then you'll read it again and you'll only read the other person's lines so you can see how they're seeing the world.
Mhm.
And then you'll read it again and you'll just read action, like what's the movement of the piece. And then you'll read it again and then you'll just read for parentheticals and punctuation, and then you'll read it for like environment. And then
Yeah.
you'll read it for yourself and go, okay, well, where's this character coming from? So you read it 10 times just to really break it down so you can see it and understand it. Because if you don't understand it, you can't play it.
Now you talk a lot about feelings. So as actors, like you've been trained a lot in a lot of different techniques.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a lot of times with acting technique, they don't really want you to think about feelings. Like, you know what I mean? They just want you to think about your objective, go after your
I am
objective.
so sorry, but that is the most ridiculous
I know. I want to
thing
hear what you have to
I
say.
have ever heard in my life. I know I came from that training.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would I spend what is now, I think, $25 almost on a ticket to see somebody's intention?
Yeah. Well, don't you think it's sort of like when you watch football or you watch a sport where you're like, they're trying to score a goal and
Mhm.
you are along the ride? Because that's the thing that kind of hooks you into the story is like, is this person going to achieve this thing that they're trying to achieve?
Exactly, and they're so emotionally invested in winning.
Mhm.
That's the guideline. What am I doing? And if you were the football player, I'm playing this game to win. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. But then it seems like usually with acting technique, the emotions are just like what comes up along that journey, and you don't necessarily map out the emotions or you don't talk. It's sort of one of those things like in acting training, you don't talk about it as like a faux pas to talk about like I'm sad
Well,
or I'm
I'll tell you what the problem with that is.
yeah.
How are you going to maintain that by the time they do take 10?
Yeah. Oh, when you get on the set, a lot of times all that stuff goes out the window because you're like, the person's like, here's where you have to cry and here's where you have to do this because that's not the way
Yeah,
they look at it.
exactly.
That's not the way they look at
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
So if you're in the emotional space of where the character's coming from, then you'll be able to take many different types of directions and not be stuck in how you thought it should go.
Now, you said something interesting in the book about maybe it was in the book about practicing specific emotions.
The thoughts and the feelings.
Yeah, and you
So
find
don't,
where they live
yeah.
in you. What is? Can
Yeah.
you talk to that? Because what does that mean?
Okay, so let's say you have a line that says, "My mother never loved me."
Mm,
Okay, so you would say the line, "My mother never loved me. My mother never loved me." I've worked my entire life to get her attention. I've done everything for her, and you would think that she would pay attention to me. My mother never loved me, right?
mhm.
So you're talking around the line to find where it is inside of you, okay? And so once you know where it is inside of you, and that's where you work from. So that hit my heart. So it's right here. And I know where it is now. And I know where the connection is now. And I understand where that is now that my mother never loved me. It's
Is
really
that
great.
would that is that good for your psyche? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, so that's when that's where you speak from, you
Yeah.
know.
Is
Um,
that a like does your body do you trick your body into feeling these emotions
it's not
by
me, it's
sitting
my
in?
character. It's my
It's your
character.
character.
It's not
Interesting.
me.
That's
I'm purely on a channel for the writer. So if the writer says she's feeling anxious there, you have to ask why, and then you find where it is for you. So
mhm.
you say, okay, the character's feeling this. Well, when do I feel that way? The character never felt loved from her mother. Well, how am I feeling that? Like, where is that for me? I mean, for me, it would be my father. So, like, where would you find that?
Yeah. And you also talk about starting the scene. It's already happening, usually in
Yeah,
television.
like
So you're
when,
already feeling
yeah.
something at the top of the scene.
Yeah, a lot of people do this moment before stuff. Well, they shot the moment before, so why would you bring it into a new scene?
Mhm.
So that's already shot. It's the moment now, and so they're never starting a scene, which is why I say to you guys, like create the experience that's already happening. So let's say my husband is late coming home, and as he walks through the door, well, what's my feeling when he's walking through the door? Well, I have been sitting up drinking and smoking for 5 hours, texting him 100 times. So where is that for me when he walks in?
Mhm. Yeah. I wonder if when they say moment before, they mean the same thing that you're talking about, where they're
No,
putting, no,
they
what do they
mean
mean?
what has been already happening before the scene starts so you could bring it in with you.
Mm-hmm. And that's different from just
That's different
being.
from it's already in,
Mm, it's fascinating. Hold on.
something in with you.
What is the goal of a self tape? Like, what is the goal? What do you want them to experience when they receive the self tape? You want them to
Um,
be like,
I think you have to have just really strong transitions.
mhm,
Even if you have a very small audition, you still need a beginning, middle, and end.
mhm.
I think the environment has to be really put together, you know. Why you
Uh-oh.
book something and why you don't.
Hold on. I just
Yeah,
messed up.
good.
That was not
You
me. I did
can
not do that.
no, you can
Boney,
still have to understand
what
why you
is
book
going
something and
on?
why
Oh
you
my gosh. We're going to get to that in a minute. Sorry about that. So you're talking about beginning,
you
middle, and
have to
end. Oh my
understand
gosh.
why you book something and why you
I think maybe they want us to watch that for some reason.
book. Then why don't you put it up?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
go with that.
You have to understand why you book something and why you don't. And one of the main reasons why you're not booking co-stars is A, you're not watching enough television to understand tone and style. And B, you don't know your packing order. You're going right to your dialogue and not to theirs. Most of your time until you are a series regular needs to be spent on the other person's dialogue. What does that mean exactly? Time on the other person's dialogue. Well, in the episodic and TV episodics, the real reason why your character's there usually happens in the third part of the scene. But if you don't know why you're there, then you won't be that missing piece to their puzzle. You're batting 10th. You're in the outfield until you audition for leads and series regulars and series leads and recurring guest stars. You are part of the support team. Understanding that you're part of the support team is a big deal. And then you will put your ego in check. One of my biggest problems was I'm like, well, how are they going to remember me? If I just do that, well, they're not supposed to. You're part of the team. They're not supposed to remember you. Unless you're a supporting character in a feature film. But I'm not talking about features today. I'm talking about television. In a feature film, every single actor in that film is important. Network television is going to be different than streaming. Network television has a formula. So if you're not paying attention to punctuation and really reading parentheticals and really reading action, then you won't be part of the formula of network television. They're basically giving you the map, and it's up to you to see it.
That's amazing.
Wow,
what
well
you're
said.
yeah, what you're saying is
Thank you, thank you.
yes, thank you. What you're saying is so practical, but it's interesting because it does sometimes go against acting training.
Well,
You know
I
what I
have
mean?
to tell you something.
Yeah.
I'm controversial in that way. There's so many
Yeah.
times I want to get online and say things, but I'll have so many people give me hate mail,
Do they?
and I really need to be liked. So I don't do that. So it does show up that way when people put me on their podcast and and people write articles and people train with me. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, all these people are working and they become such brilliant actors.
Yeah.
And it is counter what a lot of people are saying. I need you not to even get to your head at all. I need you to stay in your heart. And most of the time needs to be spent on the emotions and the feelings of the character and why you're even there to begin with. And why can't it be that simple?
Lorenzo says I love you. And
Oh, hi, Lorenzo.
I also am trying to come at this because I've read your books and I totally believe what you're saying. And I am trying to come at this a little bit from the what questions people might have about your technique,
Yeah,
because it is so practical and so
it's logical.
logical that a lot of the things we're trained as actors is sort of can be illogical or
Yeah, they're ethereal, very
they're
ethereal.
ethereal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll tell you something that's very interesting.
Mhm.
Why would you need to worry about character when you should be worried about your point of view? When we're in a fight with someone, we don't worry about, oh God, we're having a conflict right now. What's the conflict? We are in the conflict with our point of view. We're busy listening to the other person. So guess what? We can beat them. We
Mhm.
need to win, right?
Yeah.
And so every time you're in an argument, you're listening. You're listening actively to what the other person's saying so you could come back. You're listening from your point of view. They're speaking from their point of view. The editor is the one that creates the conflict. He cuts it together,
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
she
Yeah.
cuts it together and creates the conflict. You just need to worry about your point of view. Because
Oh,
that's life, Joel.
that's life. And one of the things that you say also is you got to know what you're hearing when the other person says their line.
Yes, yes. Like, what were you thinking when I was saying that? You were thinking, "Oh God, Amy's so nice." No, I mean, what were you thinking as I was talking, as I was saying that?
I was I was thinking I hope that Amy doesn't feel like I'm cornering her about these things. You know?
Okay, that's what you would be writing
Yeah.
next to my dialogue,
Yeah.
because that is what you're thinking while I'm talking. And what a great actor and a brilliant actor you would be to add that to what you're trying to make the other person understand. And then could you see how filled up that scene would be and how active you would be because you're actively listening
Yeah.
from your point of view.
Yeah.
From your point of view, you're actively listening.
How do you, when you get an audition, do you read the stuff that they say about the character? Like a lot of times there's all this
Oh, never,
stuff about the character. You don't
never.
read it. Why? Who writes that stuff and what is that? Why do they give it to you?
Well, a lot of times, especially in television, they might have rewritten the character by the time, and they didn't rewrite the breakdown. I think maybe look at the breakdown after you've done my technique and broken it down and really seen everything, and then go back to the breakdown and say, "Oh yeah, I caught all that."
Do you think when
Yeah.
the writer is like, or the director or the creator of the show or whatever, when they choose their character, do you think that there are a ton of people and they're just like, I don't know which one I'm going to pick? Or do you think there's a very few amount of people that are going to give them exactly what they wrote?
I think if you read it exactly how it's written and you try not to superimpose your directorial choices, then you'll morph into the character in that moment. And I know that sounds ethereal, but if you're supposed to just be delivering flowers, then just deliver flowers. Like, don't make a thing about it. Now, if you have a name like Sally's delivering the flowers and it says might recur, well, then Sally might be more interesting than the first person
Yeah, she might have some
delivering the flowers.
secret or she might have some other
Yeah,
motivation.
yeah. I mean, maybe Sally's delivering it because she's like making a special delivery because she owns the flower shop,
Yeah. Or maybe she's
But
spying on you.
yeah, or something, but it's usually in the text.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you read the breakdown, you're going through your checklist, and I'm sorry, but a lot of times the dialogue that they've given you doesn't support the breakdown they gave you, so it becomes very confusing. And then, and back in the day, they used to write like a facsimile, like Deborah Winger was very popular during
Hmm.
that time.
Hmm.
And she was older than me, but even every single role that I would go out for, they would look for a younger Deborah Winger type. And I'm like, what does that mean? Does
Yeah.
that mean Deborah Winger in Terms of Endearment or Deborah Winger in
Right.
Urban Cowboy or Deborah Winger in, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like today they might say we're looking for a Margot Robbie type. Well, is that Margot Robbie and, I, Tanya or Margot Robbie and Barbie? It's ridiculous. That's insane. What about just looking at it and going, well, it says right there that she's pretty and perky and is wearing a short skirt. Well, why don't you start there?
Hmm. Yeah. Start with what's
It,
actually there.
it's said in the script. Like years ago, I booked this thing called Eagle Heart, and it was for a swinger, okay?
Hmm.
And it was a swinger in a suburban neighborhood, okay?
Hmm.
So everybody came in, looked like they were in a suburban neighborhood, but they did not look like a swinger. I mean, is your neighbor going to want to do you? Do you
Yeah.
look like somebody who wants to do you? So I show up
Yeah.
looking suburban, but cut really low. I made my hair really big, right?
Hmm.
And they looked at me because their hairs were in ponytails. They were all tightened up. And they all went to the bathroom. They unbuttoned the thing. They dropped their hair down because of what I look like. So obviously I beat them. But it's like, are you really thinking this through? Like a suburban neighborhood swinger. What does that look like?
Looks like somebody who, I mean, it could look like anybody though, couldn't it?
You have to look like somebody would want to do you.
Oh, you have to look
Like,
sexy. You're into
like if
sexiness.
somebody, that's right.
Yeah.
Is somebody gonna grab my key in the bowl?
Right. I think of the ice storm. I don't know if you ever saw the ice
Right, but
storm.
that's how you.
Yeah. Oh, we lost her for a second. Flower delivery is her fourth job. She took it to meet the CEO at the place where she gets her weekly flowers for reception. Okay, let's look at the Actor Club promo here, which is about something that Amy provides.
Welcome, you fabulous people, to the accountability class. This feels like a game show. You said that your voiceover demo will be complete. Did that happen? You know, the more that you guys understand that you need to represent your voice, that's how you actually get places faster.
One of my favorite aspects of the Actors Club is the master guest lectures. Those chats are really just groundbreaking. The people that you are listening to and get to have a Q&A with are people that really have been doing this for a long time in the business and have such vital information that any actor at any level would really need.
About love, the scene is about the relationship. The key line that should give you a hint of what's important in the scene. Now you understand it, and now you have to marinate on it and ask yourself, where is this for me?
He goes online and charges a fortune.
You guys need to be like magicians, okay? I want you to feel like a magician, that you're taking a blank canvas and you're pulling me into this world that you're creating.
It really can't be overstated how valuable it is having access to the Actors Toolbox. Hundreds of hours of Amy working with people. You've got video lectures, you've got audio lectures, you've got her working with people one-on-one. The Actor Club, it's just so worth it. I can't overstate it.
Fight for your instincts.
All right, and she's back. We shared this Actor Club because this is one of the things that people can do right away, right? Can you tell us a little bit about the Actor Club?
Well, actually, what they can do is get a free week on the actorstoolbox.net. So if you go to the actorstoolbox.net, you can get a free trial week. I've got you can watch me coaching about, I don't know, about 113 actors on there. There's so much stuff on there, guys. I'm not a very good salesperson.
actorstoolbox.net. We lost Amy again, but we'll get her back. Oh,
I
there you
don't
are.
I don't know what's going on.
Who
I've
knows?
never
knows?
had internet unstable problems.
You know what? I'm sure it's me. I'm sure it's me. It's
No,
Boney,
it's
actually.
actually me.
Oh,
It
is
really is. I'm taking responsibility.
Okay, take responsibility. Actorstoolbox.net. So what happens when they go there? Let's see. I'm going to go there.
I'm here.
Okay. We're having fun now. All right, and we're back. And we're back.
Okay.
actorstoolbox.net.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Joel. I don't know
Okay.
what my situation is.
Don't even worry about it. It's not something to worry about.
Yeah. Anyway, so you were talking about a self-tape, how to be great in a self-tape. I mean, that's like a whole like several hours, but the biggest thing that I could tell you is just make sure that your transitions are very clear.
Yeah, this is something that is so important. Can you tell us what you mean by that? Your transitions are clear?
Well, I mean, if you look at a skater, okay, and like you have a gold and a bronze and a silver awarded skater, they're all great skaters, but what makes the gold the best that day is that their transitions were nice and clean and sharp. And so it really punches it, okay?
Yeah.
Like you don't want to be gliding things. Now, this is for television, guys. And feature film is a whole nother conversation.
Okay.
Because they're looking for the complexity of character. So sometimes things are not as sharp and not as clean, not as, it's a little dirtier. But that's a whole nother conversation. But when it comes to television, just, map out exactly what you're doing. Like don't go and do a self-tape and then discover it in your self-tape. Know exactly where everybody is. Well, I'm going to put the detective over there. I'm going to put the accident over there, and I'm going to I'm gonna go, I'll be on my way to my car. I'm gonna swipe frame, and then there he is. Yeah. Also, there's that philosophy of, you see how I'm not looking at you right now, Joel? Because I'm talking. You
Yeah.
don't have to always look at people when you're talking to them, guys.
Yeah.
But like, what is real life? People see I'm not looking at you still.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think, what about behavior?
Behavior is dictated by the character.
Hmm. And it has to be specific to
You
the thing.
know?
Otherwise people are going to be like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I mean, I have this great cop scene where they're finishing up their taco lunch.
Mhm.
And so she's finishing it up. So she's taking a last bite and crunkling it up and then throws it in the thing. Well, why can't you be talking while you're doing that?
Yeah. And I also think it just seems like you talk about it being a magic trick. Like you're basically, maybe you want the casting director or the person, the director, to forget that they're watching an actor performing a scene, that they're actually like, feel like they're actually watching something
Yeah, I mean,
happening.
they need to be able to take this scene and put it in the show.
Mhm.
That's how it has to look.
So sometimes behavior seems like that's one of those things. It's also something in Meisner technique as well. Behavior kind of puts you in the world
Yeah, I
of the
think it's
thing.
very important to consider behavior as a big deal. Um, because I mean, look, I'm playing with my hair. I mean, that's what I do. If somebody were gonna play me on TV, they would be playing with their hair a lot, you know? Because that's what I do,
Yeah.
right? That's like a thing. Like I'll go like this, I'll go like this, I'll go like that. Um, and 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 it would be as I'm talking.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of times
But
people,
it's
when they're
all
doing
just
things in life, they're doing something else. You know what I mean? You're putting on your
exactly.
shoes
But
or whatever. I mean, we're in action a lot.
yeah, so my big thing is like, what is the truth?
Mhm.
Like you can't bring me into a scene where the guy's drinking a very, very expensive Courvoisier, and you think I'm going to get that by you just having some kind of a cup or an Evian bottle or your sippy.
Yeah.
Like, what? I mean, don't expand my imagination too much, You're already in front of nothing with talking to your imagination person you
Yeah.
know? So you add in this one extra thing, it's like, it's too much for my brain. Um, like create what's already happening in the world that you're creating. You're almost like the person on the street that's the harmonica and they're drumming and they're singing. You're that person. You bring in to every one of your self-tapes or every room you go into your imaginary friends and your band members.
Yeah.
And so for you to like look at the person that you're reading with and they're not that person, then you shouldn't even be looking at that person because they're almost like a broker for the person that you should be talking to. So get them out of the way and really see and feel the energy. Like it's not just personalization, it's entire enveloping the person that you're being with, the entire being of them, and just feeling how that's coming at you. Like there's certain people that are going to promote a certain feeling in you.
Mm. There was I had a guest on the show, Rosalie Mayo. She had booked hundreds of commercials. And she said, I'd like to do a seminar on booking commercials, but I'd just say one thing. And she said, the one thing is, you got to smell the cookies.
Yes. What is the truth?
Yeah.
What is the truth? Why can't it just be that? Why can't it just be yeah, you get a script and you go, okay, so what are all my personalities doing today? Okay. So right? What are
Yeah,
we
yeah.
doing? What are we doing, folks? And then we go, okay, well, who are my personalities talking to? Okay, I need a person for that, a person for that, a person for that. Oh, I talk about I'm on a bridge, I better have the bridge. And then you map out the script.
Do you use
Yeah.
sense memory from your own personal life sometimes for different people in the scene?
I use sense memory to get to the core emotion inside of me. Because then you're still outside of it if you're using the sense memory. So the sense memory should get you in it. Like,
Mhm.
like let's say I'll smell a perfume and then I'll start thinking about my grandmother, and then I'll feel my grandmother, and then she'll be in every aspect of my bones. So when I lay that line on top, it'll be so filled up because I'm already filled up with it.
Yeah. Do you think that we should get super specific about the emotions since there's, because a lot of times people are like, I'm happy, I'm angry, I'm sad. Are there ways to
I
find
think you should be,
nuances?
yeah, I think you should be emphatically, see, emphatic.
Emphatic.
I think that there's so many different emotions, and we're in such a competitive business, and if it's between you and somebody else, and you're just doing plain anger, and they're doing like a facsimile of so many different aspects of anger,
Yeah.
they're gonna beat you.
They got more
Because
colors.
if you're neck and neck, you're neck and neck, right? So I think you guys need to expand your emotional vocabulary.
When you talk about, we were talking about behavior and
By the way,
somebody's-
these are all great questions,
Oh,
Joel.
thank you. Thank you. A lot of them. Because
Yeah,
it's a
no,
mystery.
you're great at this.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. I appreciate that. The thing is, now we were talking about behavior and props. Now, last time you were on the show, you were like, only use a phone if you have your phone. Don't bring in props. But we were kind of talking about the in the office kind of situation. What about on the self-tape?
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people want to like bring it to this like professional level where they're like, it's in an office, so I should shoot in my office.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's not the office on the show, so don't try to match the production value of like a multi-million-dollar TV show, guys. You know, like I think the real skill is if you could take me, from you behind the screen and take me to this other place.
Mhm.
And if you can do that, then you are a real actor, magician, taking me on your magic carpet ride into your
Mhm.
imagination. And that is really where you need to be.
It seems like what you talk about, the emotions are the things that really pull people in. Like really having an emotion and really like being able to transition to tell the story.
I think about all the people that have won awards. They won awards because of their emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It's
I
true.
think about Viola Davis in Fences and that scene
Oh my
in
God.
I
Yeah.
think for movies you have to have a big head and
Big
face.
head and face.
You're
Yeah.
funny, Matt.
It is hilarious.
Yeah, you gotta have big eyes. So Viola Davis, when she was explaining, not explaining, but
Yeah.
crying
Yeah.
to Denzel Washington about him cheating on her and stuff, snot was literally coming out of her
I
mouth.
know.
Now, did she lean into the snot? No. She didn't keep wiping in and wiping in. Only actors do that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
She kept spitting through it, pushing through the line to make him know, and she's crying, the snot's going. She was not even
Incredible.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
She's thinking about making this motherfucker understand exactly how he bruised her and beat her, and how she like beat up her whole life and betrayed her, and how she's broken.
Sometimes people
That
do this thing, wipe their eyes or whatever because they're not crying and they want to like indicate that they're crying. You know what I mean? That whole indicating of that rather than sitting in the feelings for whatever they are is probably
which
most
is why I
important.
have to tell you, like a quarter of the people of my series regulars are the people that are doing really, really amazing.
Mhm.
They have no credits.
Really?
No, no credits.
And what does that
I
indicate?
have a girl that was uh, uh, just like non-union film, She's just like got a couple of credits, teeny credits, and all of a sudden she books like 2 starring roles.
Really?
and she
They're
like,
just booking people without that kind of experience.
yeah,
That's great.
yes. You get the opportunity, you beat people because you're so completely enmeshed in the life of who this is. That's it.
Yeah.
And I keep saying this, why does it need to be more than that? Your time needs to be spent. What is the life of this person? And it includes what you look like, how you walk, how you feel, what is the socioeconomic status, how you speak, what's the tone and the style of the show? Is it like a dramedy? Is it ping pong kind of dialogue? And where am I on the batting order of the sheet of the show, like in terms of how important am I? You know? And what do I need to hit in this scene to move the character along, and then just be in it.
Do you do different work when you get the job?
Yes.
And how is it different?
Yeah. Then it's more in depth, and you just really look at every period, every comma, every moment. Like I work with Brandy. Brandy's one of my students,
Mm,
the
mm,
singer.
yeah.
Uh, and whenever she does a movie, she comes to me and like we go over the whole script, like where are you in here, here, and here in terms of an arch, and then we name each scene of the movement of the character because they're going to be shooting out of sequence, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we break down every single scene, beginning, middle, and end, and then where are you emotionally in each moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and really making a lot of time spent on the other person's dialogue, like how are you receiving that?
You know, you were so great in that film, Lady Parts.
Thank
Can
you.
you tell us a little bit about that? How you got that part? What the shoot was like because it was an independent film, um, and how you created that character?
Yeah, that movie's doing really well in the
It's
search.
really a good movie. You know, I think it probably
It's
speaks to
yeah,
people.
it's won everything. I got that the traditional way, you know. I mean, you guys, I don't care how many credits I have, I am still submitting myself because I love to act.
Mm,
And so if you love to act, then act. And that came across the Actors Access. I submitted on it, got a callback, Zoom callback through
mm,
a self-tape. It was just and then it was a 2-week shoot. We would shoot like 10 pages a day. It was a lot.
yeah, I bet.
And I was in a lot of scenes. And it was a very emotional script and a very funny script.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so I broke it down. Like, if I don't do my own technique, I'm gonna suck. I mean, honestly, just,
Preparation is key.
well, I mean, the technique came from me not being able to book TV shows. I
So, did
wasn't
you
able.
have struggles in the beginning, like with booking, and that's
Well,
why you
that's
came up
really,
with this
yeah,
technique?
yeah.
Mm,
This technique came out of me not booking TV. I was booking films because I'm interesting.
uh-huh.
Um,
You are.
but I wasn't booking television because I couldn't tame the beast.
Yeah. How did you then? Was it through trial and error, or what was
Yeah,
it? And
yeah, it
were
was
you?
trial and error.
Yeah,
And
and
then
so,
then it started like breaking down, okay, this is how I need to start creating a template for myself in order to, and then, oh, okay, so what did I do to get that call back? Okay, what did I do to book that? And so it became refined over 30 years. It's a 30-year-old technique.
how did you get? Did you ask people for feedback ever, or through your
No,
agent or
my
anything?
feedback was no
It's
bookings.
just no booger. So that didn't work. So now I'll try this one. Now I'll try this.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes people don't realize too that you grow in the process of failing.
Yeah, yeah,
And some
yeah.
people
And so
just
that's what
fail and just sit in
happened.
a puddle, and other people fail and then they go, okay, then I'm going to try this. Now I'm going to try
No, no,
this.
no. I had to figure it out because I was booking films. So I'm like,
Yeah.
well, if you're booking a lot of features, why aren't you booking television? And I figured one of the main components out was judgment. I had so much Meisner training
Yeah.
that I was picking up like all of this energy around me,
That's so
and it was
interesting,
and
that
it
part.
yeah,
Yeah. Because Meisner
yeah,
basically wants you to just be, I mean, I don't know, I'm simplifying this, but you kind of
yeah.
are just in the moment. And you put yourself in these
Yes.
imaginary circumstances, but you're still just in the moment. And so whatever you're feeling is just, that's it.
Right, and that moment would oftentimes be up against corporate energy, which doesn't care about me.
Yeah.
And
They just want the result.
right,
They just want the result.
right,
Yeah.
right. And then they would like whisper or like if you went into a commercial audition, they were eating,
Yeah.
they were looking at the monitor. They didn't care about me, and I cared so much. And
Yeah.
so you place all the Meisner training with with my empath, you
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
picking up all that. And so I was just a mess. Whatever was going on with them, I walked out with. Like, I remember I walked in one time, the good lady had a dog on the couch. I'm like thinking, why did she bring a dog in the audition? The dog's scratching, moving. And I'm like, how am I gonna focus on this person licking its balls, you know? I'm like, fuck you, lady. And so that was for a comedy, so I didn't get that job.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you take in the energy of the room and then put it into the scene, and then the scene is not
Yeah,
how it's written.
exactly. So I wasn't protected in my little cone of silence. So that's why I created this way to protect yourself and build this world that you can live in.
Yeah.
And so that's why I talk about the environment, really being in the environment, because otherwise you're going to really be in the office.
Yeah, and that's gonna suck. What about you? Okay, we have to end this show pretty soon.
Oh, I'm having
Unfortunately.
so much fun.
Really good. I'm glad. What I am too. What about your setup? Like everybody always talks about like how, how they set up for their taped auditions. What is your setup?
I'm like the worst person to talk about because I'm so technologically inept, that it's just not a big suit for me.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm just like I just have like a ring light. That's it.
And like your phone?
Yeah, that's it.
You have it like on a little stand that has the ring light on it?
Yeah, that's correct.
And then do you usually have like a live reader or what do you usually do?
Oh, my assistant, Tracy, who's been my assistant for like 14 years
Yeah.
already.
Oh, so
She stands in the corner.
she does.
And then I put up stands so I don't see her at all.
Oh, really?
Because
So you don't see the person you're talking to?
not at all.
Wow. And does that impede your ability to I guess it
Well,
doesn't
like
matter
I was
because the
saying
reader is
earlier,
not an
she's
actor.
a broker. She's a
Yeah.
broker. So
Yeah.
she's not the person I'm actually talking to. So she's a broker. So why like go through her? It's hard enough. So I put her in a corner and I hear what she's saying to me and I hear it from my character's point of view. So I'm activated by that because I already did that homework.
Wow, it is really different. Auditioning is really different than especially like doing a play or something like that, like where you're feeding off they do
Oh
something and
yeah.
then you do something. It's like much more in your imagination.
I would love to like imagine the people that are on The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
They get to be in hotel rooms and really like juice up the scene and be with each other and
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like old school.
Yeah.
It's not like that. I mean, even on set, you barely have there's no rehearsal for television hardly.
Yeah. And then you just go
So
there.
why train? Why are you training that way?
Can a person expand their ability to imagine? Do you have any exercises for people to expand their imagination because you're basically creating a whole world in your mind?
Um, I think the more that you can just sit and meditate on what it is, like
Hmm.
imagine what that would be like. Like your last audition, where were you? Where was your character?
He was a policeman. He was in his.
Okay.
Walked into someone else's. Someone he wanted to be romantic with. He walked into her room and her husband had just been killed, or her boyfriend had just been killed.
Okay, so you were a policeman walking
To her
uh,
house.
into your lover's house.
No, somebody that I wanted to be my lover, but she had a boyfriend, but now he's dead.
Okay, I understand that, but
Yeah.
that's not what the opening of the scene is. The opening of the scene is you heard somebody was dead and you're showing up,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And have you ever been in her place before?
Yes.
So you've been there before. So
You know what? I'm
yeah,
getting this wrong. I'm even getting it wrong. See, it's
so
my
you
place
didn't.
and she's in there and she's got a gun. Eventually she pulls out a gun, But I come home from
Okay,
work.
so
I come home from work. I'm a policeman. I come home from work. I put my keys down. I just realized this because I put my keys down.
okay, and she's already
And
there.
she's all of a sudden she's there because she thinks I
Okay.
killed the guy.
All right. But when you walk in, you're surprised to find her?
Yes, surprised to find her. Didn't know she was in there.
Okay. So, but the scene started as you're opening the door, not on the surprise. You understand?
Right, and it's just me coming home.
Yeah, you coming home. So what's that like? You're thinking about your day and how tired you are and what you might get out of the refrigerator, and you put down the thing, and then boom, transition. There she is, and now you're surprised. So you would work on that transition.
That transition. Mm-hmm. You have to be full on in one place, which is I'm coming home and I'm thinking I'm going to feed the dog
and
or
then
whatever.
You're over here, and then you're over here.
Yeah. Moment.
Hey, look at your own life, you know? You wake up with one feeling and then it changes to another. Are you gliding into anxious to happy? No, you go anxious, I'm done. Now I'm happy. Now I'm done. Now I'm here. Then I'm done. So if as an actor you're a mirror to life, then why wouldn't you do everything that you do in life as an actor?
You had a really good point because people talk about like, like I was working on a scene recently where the person was like, oh, there's so many different changes. This person does so many different changes. And I was kind of thinking, well, we're kind of like that as humans. And you had a good example. You're driving down the street and you're talking to your friend or whatever, and then somebody cuts you off and you're like, you jerk, what the hell are you doing? And then you're like, yeah, so I'm thinking about, asking this guy out or whatever. We transition all the time between different emotions.
Yeah. Oh, that one was I'm driving along. I'm
Yeah.
singing to the radio,
Yeah.
and some lady is on her horn, and I'm like, huh, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm in my own little Twinkie world, okay? And then she's boom on her horn. I'm like, I look in the rear view, and she's going like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, now I'm afraid she's gonna shoot me or something. I'm like, go around, go around.
Yeah.
Now I'm nervous. And she goes around, and I'm like, oh. And as I'm driving, and then we end up at the same light. So I'm like, you idiot. Now I'm pissed at her. So a lot happened in 1 minute.
Yeah. And that's the way life is. Because we never know what's going to happen.
So why wouldn't your scene be that way?
Yeah. That's not a crazy person. That's just a person in life.
I mean, it's debatable. Some people might think I'm a little wacky.
You are a little wacky.
But
I like your book too because you really like drive it home. The Audible book, I highly recommend people get the audio book of the Lyndon Technique.
Yeah, it's called Extended and Unplugged. It's the advanced version of the book.
Yeah. And also do the Actors Club, do the Actors Toolbox. You can go to the Amy. You can go to is it the Amy Lyndon Technique? Let me see.
No, the Lyndon Technique.
Just the Lyndon Technique.
Yeah, you guys, if you want to trade with me, just sign up for the Saturday intensive. I'm actually doing one this Saturday. I'm doing a pop-up. I've been doing pop-up classes. I teach 3 classes a week, but I added pop-up classes. So I'm having a co-star pop-up class on Monday. So if you want in on the co-star pop-up class, just email me at thelyndontechnique@gmail.com. The intensive is every one Saturday a month, and that qualifies you to get into the master classes. And you could sign that up online at thelyndontechnique.com and just
all the links are in the show notes.
Yeah,
so
all the links
you can just
there.
click on that. Click on
Yeah.
that.
Oh, and follow me on Instagram.
Yes, do that. That's in the show notes too for the show. Follow her on Instagram. 2 things. I am enough. I am enough.
Yeah, you guys.
And
all people that are Joel people, if you put in the code enough20, you can get 20% off of everything in my store. It's IamEnoughCollection.com.
And the other thing is, be an actor like you're an Olympic athlete. Can you speak to that just one for a bit before we end the show?
Well, I mean, you know how hard it is to be an Olympic athlete,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, why would you think this business is any different?
I think about that every day. What you said that. I do. I'm kind of like,
So
you really acting like this
if
is
you want an Olympic athlete, then you need to train with a Russian skating acting coach. That's me.
I don't even know what event I'm in sometimes. Clearly. I have no idea what event I'm in.
Well, we got to get you. We got to get you with
I
those
know.
blinders on.
I know. I got to get more specific.
Get in your lane.
I'm totally one of those actors. They're like, give me a part. I'll do it. Right, well, okay.
Yeah,
so,
we just got to get you focused and go.
Yeah, I got problems. But this isn't about my problems.
No, they're issues. They're not problems.
I've got issues. I am enough. I just
You
have
are
issues.
enough. You just have issues.
All right, we're going to dance break out of here. This is at the end of the show. We do a little dance break. This is actually a super fun band called Honeysuckle that I found yesterday. So
cool.
What we have is covers of songs played by somebody on YouTube. And these people are just interesting. I think you'll find them. So thank you so much for being on the show, Amy. We're going to dance it out. Thank you, everybody who's watching the show. And please, thank you, Lorenzo, Kamala, Matt. And please pass this to your friends who are actors or aspiring actors or Academy Award winning actors. Just everybody needs this. Everybody needs this. All right, dance break time. Here they are, Honeysuckle. It's a little Paul McCartney and Wings.
I like it.
Yeah. Here they go. Where do you see them? They're cool. It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stuck inside these four walls, sat inside forever, never seeing no one nice again like you, mama.
That's all the same guy in the background. Cool.
This is a great band.
Aren't they great?
Yeah, I would like to hear some originals from them.
Yeah. They have all the same hairdo. They do.
That's funny. You're right. You all.
It's all the same guy in the background, I think.
Oh my God, you're right.
It's the same guy. Yeah. It's like an illusion. This song is kind of amazing. It's like a whole different song. Yeah. Yeah, she's cool. Unexpected.
For the band on the run.
gotta meet these people. We gotta get these people on the show, maybe.
He her son?
Is she what?
Is he her son? or they're like 5
Yeah, who
boys,
knows?
hey,
Who knows? I gotta find out more about these people.
honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle. Yeah. All right, check out Honeysuckle, but also the AmyLyndonTechnique.com. Thanks, Amy, for being on the show. This has been Lunch Therapy.